Hey everybody. This is the aftermath in regards to libraries, Comic-Con at the Roundhouse with their co-op with the farmers market as their neighbor. What can I say? Will there be an audio episode this upcoming week in regards to this event? Yes. Did we get an interview with or the panel from the author? No. And this is where you're going to hear some of the same stuff here in this video as you're going to hear in the audio if you choose to download or stream that episode through our sources. Again, links in the description. We were, and I don't mean we as us, the Geek Privateer podcast. There was another person that wanted to record the panel as well for his show. And I would have been more than happy to share that audio with him because I know him. And the folks at the library kind of hemmed, hawed, and gave what I personally, in my humble opinion, a kind of shitty excuse. And the excuse they gave was, well, how we booked it with his publicist, his manager, and the whole thing, we were not able to. Okay, I know you could hear the train, it's only Amtrak, but as I was saying, they're slowing down, that's why we're kind of doing this now. They said, well, if you want to do it next year, please get with us, and we could speak to their people and see if we will allow this. Now, this is where, again, my opinion comes into play. Is it a shitty excuse? Yes. The Martinsburg Public Library sees folks like myself, a YouTube channel that has 150 subscribers, and I think every single one of you is somehow making tens of thousands, if not millions of dollars a year off their YouTube channel, off their audio podcast, and therefore that's bad. Well, that's why we kind of severed ties with the library, even though we kind of do what they do and they kind of let us do the walkthroughs. But we appreciate, I want to say this right now, that's why we also appreciate 4th State Comic-Con. Why do we appreciate 4th State Comic-Con? Because we can approach the celebrities there and ask politely. Sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no. And when they say yes, we get a celebrity interview. It's happened many times before. Those episodes are on our main website. Just search 4th State Comic-Con and those interviews will come up. So we had a wonderful time getting interviews, and there's been, as I was telling the one podcaster in there that was selling his books, that we've had a lot of wonderful interactions with publicists and managers at 4th State Comic-Con that allowed us to do what we do with minimal restraint, meaning like the Power Rangers panel that we snagged, I think year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. We were told we were allowed to do it, provided we censored out the words Power Rangers, or when they said the actors and actresses said Power Rangers, because the SAG strike was going on at the time. So, and when we got the terrorist panel at last year's 4th State Hagerstown, we got that panel and we were allowed to do it because we asked nicely. And, well, with this, we could have done so much, and when places like the Martinsburg Library push podcasters away that are tiny and everything else, it looks bad on them. It really does. I know it makes me seem hypocritical because you can do a lot at local libraries, and it's just the Martinsburg Public Library or Berkeley County Libraries that tends to have this very draconian viewpoint about podcasts. It's very boomer because I think they see folks like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, PewDiePie, and these bigger podcasters making hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they're not getting a cut, or they're thinking that we're making money when we're honestly not, which is pathetic. And as you saw from our walking tour of the Library Conics aspect, they had the potential of loading that section up so much it was disgusting, yet there was only like a handful of vendors. Literally, there was like a handful of vendors. It's maybe about the same number of vendors there that would be at the library itself. That could be on the board aspect, like, you could only have like no more than 15. They could have had maybe 2 dozen, 3 dozen, if not more vendors at that event. And whether the Roundhouse told them you could only have X amount, or the library said we're only having so many slots, is pathetic, because that's not room to grow. There should be room to grow. Andrew from Forest 8 has told us this, that how they've grown so much over the past 10 years, and how the locations that they've had at their Hagerstown and Harrisburg locations allowed them to do that, and have done that for that. And we're happy, especially over the past 10 years, that we've been doing walkthroughs, and how they've grown over the years is wonderful. It's sad that the library does not do that. Other libraries, from what I gather sometimes, they are in a similar situation, whereas they don't have, on a year-to-year aspect, going to a library show, meaning the numbers of people going in aren't there for whatever reason. The vendors aren't there. Let's, again, because we're talking about the Martinsburg, I know I'm rambling, but let's take this particular show. I know vendors that are regulars at Four State events won't come to this Library Comic-Con. They won't do a Library Comic-Con. They've done other Library Comic-Cons, but they won't do them. They've done them once, but they won't do them ever again. The main reason is, are the tables cheap? The spots cheap? Yes. But every time that they've went to one of these Library Comic-Cons, they would bring in, I'm going to go uber low. Let's say they bring in $1,000, and they'll have $2,000 stolen from them. And that's $2,000 in merch. And that's sad. I did, as you probably saw in my last video, in regards to the $20 grab bags, I kind of looked them over, felt the weight. They didn't seem to have that many in it, so I figured the value for it wasn't there to get one and do an unboxing. Maybe next time. So it's not like if we got something from Xenoscope or something like that, where there would be value in those grab bags, or from a artist like we saw at Four State this year, where their box was $100, and good chance that $100 would have been worth every damn penny. So we kind of said no, so we're going to save that. That's it for this vlog, and stay tuned for our audio podcast. We're going to put up some more stuff on the audio side this week, probably by the time this drops, Monday, and we'll probably put up a bootleg episode on Friday. We'll see, depending on how I feel. So till then, check out our audio side. Links are in the description. So take care, everybody. See you then. See you there.